Hey everyone, this is Brandon. Before you hit the trail, there's one thing that should always be in your pack, a solid first aid kit. This one came from REI, but it's pretty representative of a standard wilderness first aid kit. Nothing fancy, just the essentials. When you're hours away from help, even a small injury can become a big deal, so carrying a kit like this isn't just smart, it's a necessity. Let's open it up and take a closer look. In most first aid kits, you'll find 4 different ways to cover real wounds. First, we have our standard gauze pads, which are good for general wound coverage and bleeding control. A gauze roll, on the other hand, will wrap wounds and hold dressings in place and is very useful for securing splints. A non-adherent pad won't stick to the wound, which is important for things like burns or abrasions. And then finally, an ABD combine pad is for heavy bleeding, is very absorbent, and a good choice for more serious injuries where you need to manage blood loss quickly. These next items are small but can make a big difference on the trail. Firstly, we have Satofen, also known as ibuprofen, which is used for pain relief. It helps with swelling and is very useful after a fall or a twisted ankle. An aspirin, which most people think of for headaches, but can also be life-saving in a suspected heart attack. This is called Histoprin, but if you read closely, it is used for allergy relief. It's very good for mild allergic reactions, but if you have a serious allergy, definitely pack an EpiPen because this won't cut it in an emergency. Electrolytes are super helpful when you're sweating a lot or feeling lightheaded. Toss these in your water if you're feeling drained. Anything that says it's an antacid is for stomach issues, which aren't uncommon at high elevations or after eating dehydrated meals, which is common when you're backpacking. Finally, burn gels or burn cream are super straightforward. You just treat with them with sunburns or contact burns to quickly reduce pain and blistering. Next, we have some topical relief items. The first of which is hydrocortisone cream, which helps with itching and inflammation, especially from bug bites or mystery rashes. Sting relief wipes can help numb the sting from insects or minor irritants. And then poison oak and ivy wipes, which is super relevant in the area we are, is used as soon as you think you've had contact with ivy. They can prevent or reduce a rash if used early. Lastly, we have lip balm, which is used for cracked lips, but you can also use it to rub on some tissue or cotton, which can help become a makeshift fire starter. It's handy when everything's a little damp. Next, we have some items that are useful for wound cleaning. First, we have the BZK antiseptic wipes, which help clean wounds without the sting of alcohol. This is very useful for people with sensitive skin or kids. These tribiotic ointments help prevent infection. Use it after cleaning and before bandaging. Next, we have some more comfort-oriented items. First, we have an elastic bandage, which is very useful for sprains, light support, or to hold cold packs in place. Next, we have a warm pack, which is very simple to use. You just crack it open and it heats up. It's useful for cold hands, sore muscles, or treating mild hypothermia. And then finally, we have this Mylar blanket, which is lightweight and effective for retaining body heat, especially in emergencies. It can also be used for shelter or signaling if you spread it up like over a tree line or something. Now for tools and extras. This tape or tape string is used to secure bandages or improve gear repairs. These gloves are extremely important. They protect both you and the person you're treating from infections. Always wear them when handling blood or wounds. These scissors are useful for cutting gauze, tape, or even clothing when needed. Now these are called forceps. They're very similar to tweezers. Use them to remove splinters, ticks, or debris from wounds. This can help prevent infections as well. Having all this gear is important, but knowing how to use it is even more important. If you're planning serious hikes or remote trips, I highly recommend taking a wilderness first aid course like we did. You'll learn how to stay calm, make smart decisions, and handle emergencies when help isn't close. Thanks for watching.